Hello everyone, Griffin here, and today we are in War of the Gods. So I have a few fights. Let's see this one. As you can see, all my losses are by forfeit. Let's see this 102. This was not interesting. Let's see this one. It's not interesting. This one, my opponent forfeit, I forfeit. Okay, this one is interesting. So here I started the first match with Halberd Master. As always, I try to start with him. Then my opponent went with Witch and what is this girl called? I don't remember how this girl is called. Serpent something, I don't know. But she summons a serpent and she's a Venom hero. So those two told me that this will be a Master Mage team, which is why I went with the counter. Cross Knight, Void Master. My opponent went with Sorceress and Manipulator just to reinforce that it's a Master Mage. Then I went with Skeleton Mage and Rabbit. Skeleton Mage in this case works to get the Ball of Sorceress, works to get the dragons can possibly damage Witch when she has her ultimate up, so they can take the ultimate instead of my heroes. And then my opponent went with Master Mage and Dead Mage. And I went with Arcane Sapper, which, as I said, is most of the time a good choice as a substitute against a Master Mage team. So this is how it went. I got this girl here. So the only bad part is that she is way tankier than I think he should. Then ultimate from Void Master, but he died, so too bad. And then Arcane Sapper came to finish the job. But even then, Skeleton Mage with his ultimate would have finished everything with how many tombs there were. So there you go, first victory. Now, second match. My opponent started Fly with Heroine. Since I knew it wouldn't be Master Mage, I didn't have a reason to not go with Master Mage myself. Then my opponent went with Rabbit and Cross Knight, so I kinda thought that my opponent was maybe copying, but anyway. Here I made a big mistake, because the moment I saw Rabbit, I was thinking, okay, maybe I can try and put something else, like put in a tank instead of Master Mage. And then my opponent went with, so I decided, okay, so instead of Manipulator, I'll go with Witch and Magic Breaker. Then my opponent went with Treasure Hunter and Martial Arts Master. And I kept thinking to myself, what can work against that? And honestly, I had no idea. So I just selected Master Mage and Dead Mage. I was not expecting to win that. And my opponent used the Genie as substitute. And there goes my Witch on the other side. But at least she was pushed back and did her ultimate. And then of course that she was thrown into the air. And look at my heroes are all huddled up in the same spot. And that's always bad when you have an ultimate like that of treasure hunter in there. So of course I lost that one. And then the last one, I just started with Holy Priestess because I was thinking of doing at least what I consider my strongest team. Then my opponent went with Stargazer and Cleric. I went with Cleric and Ember Star, which, as I've told you before, she's really strong. My opponent went with two huge damage dealers on Nightail Fox and Imperial Marshal. Then I went with Nightail Fox and Turtle Fighter just to try and turn some of the attacks of my opponent. Then my opponent went with Arcane Sapper, which is also a huge threat. And then Barbie as substitute. Because honestly, when Barbie buffs Arcane Sapper or Imperial Marshal, most of the time the fight is over. But either way, I went with my Shadow Reaper as substitute. It was my best bet in this situation. This is how it went. So far there's nothing weird. The only bad part is that the shield of my Ember Star is down, and boom, poor Ember Star. At least my Nightail Fox is doing something. And then Imperial Marshal ultimates. And at least my Nightail Fox was able to ultimate again. And Imperial Marshal is being kept occupied by Holy Priestess and Cleric, which are the tankiest members on my team, so I was glad about that. Mainly because Stargazer can switch the position of your opponent's hero, so she actually worked to my advantage. And there we go, victory. So here Stargazer was a poor choice against my team, especially when my opponent had Imperial Marshal. You don't want to move your opponent's team other than back when you're using Imperial Marshal. So that was the mistake of my opponent in that fight. So that's the first one. Let's see if I have another one for you guys. Yeah, this is my opponent forfeiting faster than me. This one, yes, forfeit. This one I don't think is that interesting. Even when the things are not bad, my opponent didn't have all heroes 5 stars, so I don't think it was that shocking that I actually won here. Yeah, I don't think this one is shocking. Let's see this one. No, this one, my opponent is not using exactly very good things. And okay, let's go in a little bit for me to have more teams. Sorry, more battles. Okay, I had another interesting fight. against GTA. So in this one, let's see, well, I don't know how interesting. I guess the second fight is interesting, but not by much. Yeah, no. I changed my mind, it's not that interesting. Let me see against Dr. Oluk. Not interesting. Maybe this one. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess this one is fine. Alright. So, first fight, I don't think I have to explain much. My opponent started with Master Mage. So I went with my anti-Master Mage team. My opponent did classical Master Mage. But look what happened. So when I do this team, I have an 80% chance of winning, normally. But look what my rabbit grabs. My rabbit grabs Master Mage. So that means I'm done. That simple. My opponent grabbing, my rabbit grabbing Master Mage, that meant that I could not do anything. Oh, my Arcane Sapper is gonna try, I do not have any doubt about that, but the ultimate of Void Master and his Green Skill are actually devastating. Didn't allow my poor Arcane Sapper to do anything. Plus he has holy damage. So here I was unlucky. That simple. Second fight I started, so I went with my physical team, and my opponent started choosing physical, protection against physical, healing, and Ninetale Fox. So I went with normal, well, kinda normal physical team at the start, but then I changed to Turtle Fighter because my thought process was that I wanted to try and at least stun a little bit Hardware Master at the start, and then try to pull the ultimate of Steel Champion towards my Turtle Fighter. And then I chose, oh my god, I keep forgetting her name, Poison Fang, because her damage over time will actually is a good idea against this kind of things that have protection against physical, and in some cases against magical. And we chose the same substitute, and this is how it went. Okay, so far there's no surprises. Things are going as I expected, except that my own Hardware Master pushed part of my opponent's team to my side. I don't like that, I have to be honest. My opponent's Hardware Master killed Poison Fang because of that. So Steel Champion killed my Treasure Hunter, but at least his ultimate was done away from the rest of my team. so that was a relatively easy victory for me. Poison Fang, even when she died relatively quickly, she still did her job. She did 300k damage. And last situation, my opponent started with Turtle, and well, I didn't have a reason not to use my, or at least what I consider my strongest team. And the only thing that I was thinking is, should I use a tank like Hercule or more damage? I decided to go with a tank. It's just because my opponent had Shadow Reaper and Scabrous Blade. So here I don't think I have to explain too much my thought process, because this team is relatively standard in the sense that it can work against many different compositions, and my opponent chose a good balance between control, healing, damage reduction, and damage. So I cannot say much that my opponent could have done better. Although I think that choosing Hercule and Matchless Hammer at the same time was a little overkill on the tank department, but maybe another DPS in the spot of one of them would have been enough for my opponent to win, especially with how this battle went. There comes Sorceress, doing part of her job. There, Deathmage avoided the silence from Sorceress. And look at Deathmage, she just doesn't care. And she healed herself completely again. Then ultimate, she heals, she heals, she heals. She keeps healing, she keeps healing. Since this team doesn't exactly have a burst against a single hero, she's been very difficult to kill. But she finally died. And she did over 1,000,000 damage. So considering what I had left in my team, probably in my opponent's case, changing either Hercule or Matchless Hammer for another damage dealer, or even a control hero, would have been enough to get the victory here. At least I think so. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and share with your friends. And I will see you next time. Griffin out.